Once driven to the brink of extinction by relentless hunting in the 19th century, bison have not only made a powerful comeback, but have also become a symbol of nature's revival and a vital link in the multi-billion-dollar premium meat industry. But do you know what really happens behind the scenes in the raising and processing of hundreds of thousands of bison each year? This journey begins on the vast prairies of North America, where bison roam among cold winds and wild grasses. It may appear entirely wild, but in reality, their lives are carefully managed by human hands. Once they reach maturity, the bison are selectively chosen and guided into a modern processing system, where untamed heritage meets precision technology, and each animal becomes part of a premium culinary experience. Today, join Farm to Factory on a remarkable journey of the bison, from the open grasslands to elegant dining plates, where the spirit of nature is preserved in every tender bite. Imagine standing in the middle of a vast prairie where the wind sweeps across endless fields and herds of bison move gracefully like an ancient symphony. This is America, home to over 400,000 bison raised to meet the growing demand for high-quality meat. Once the prey of predators like wolves, bears, and humans, bison faced a survival catastrophe, with their numbers plummeting from over 30 million to just around 500 individuals. But thanks to persistent conservation efforts and a sustainable commercial farming model, these majestic animals have made a powerful comeback. Today, with more than 500,000 bison worldwide, they stand as a living symbol of North America's untamed spirit. Bison may not be as clever as dolphins or crows, but they possess an incredibly sharp survival instinct. In a stable, threat-free environment, they can become curious and explorative, much like children discovering the world for the first time. Today, 95% of bison are raised to serve the premium meat industry. Bison meat stands out from beef with 3 times less fat, twice the iron, and is rich in omega-3s, zinc, and vitamin B12. Making it a nutritious choice that's free from hormones and antibiotics. Every story has a beginning, and for this animal, it starts with mating season, a time deeply marked by wild instincts. Bison are polygamous creatures, where only the strongest males earn the right to mate with multiple females after fierce battles. The rut begins with territorial rituals, scraping the ground, rolling in dust, and even using urine, all meant to intimidate rivals and attract potential mates. When challenged, bulls charge at each other relentlessly, using their horns and foreheads to decide the victor, sometimes at the cost of blood or broken horns. Mating occurs quickly, but is repeated multiple times throughout the season. On average, a single bull can mate with 10 to 20 females, ensuring the best genes are passed on to the next generation. After a gestation period of about 9 months, the female bison gives birth in spring or early summer, the ideal time to begin new life. What's remarkable is that a bison calf can stand up just minutes after birth, ready to follow its mother, a powerful testament to its exceptional survival instincts. Raising calves in a semi-wild environment requires a delicate balance between the mother's natural instincts and human support. As for bison, their vast and rugged habitat is what shapes the survival instincts of the next generation. Bison calves quickly learn to move with the herd, respond to their mother's alarm signals, and even practice river crossing skills at an early age. However, during the first few weeks of life, bison calves still require close human support to ensure steady development. On modern farms, their early stage of life, the first 6 months, is carefully monitored. From a birth weight of 20-30 kilograms, they can grow to around 150 kilograms within the first half year. From the 4th month onward, bison calves are weaned and transitioned to a nutrient-rich diet consisting of hay, alfalfa, grains, and organic proteins, ensuring steady and healthy growth. The combination of natural pasture and modern herd management techniques is the key to producing hundreds of thousands of high-quality bison each year. Frequent movement not only builds strong muscles, but is also a crucial factor in developing the uniquely firm texture of bison meat. Despite their massive appearance, these animals are surprisingly sensitive, capable of remembering and forming bonds with their regular caretakers. Large-scale farms today utilize drone technology to manage their herds, tracking locations, detecting signs of illness, and distributing feed efficiently. From a small calf, a bison can grow to weigh up to 1 ton within 2 years, surpassing even industrial cattle in muscle mass and size. Although raised in semi-wild environments, bison still need to be periodically gathered for health checkups and vaccinations. Like many other hoofed animals, they are prone to respiratory issues, joint problems, and hoof diseases. Each bison is equipped with an electronic ear tag that contains individual identification and development records. Specially designed inspection stations use sturdy metal frames to safely restrain the animal, minimizing the risk of injury and ensuring secure handling. Without such equipment, imagine how many people it would take to control a creature this powerful and wild. Once fully grown, a bison typically follows one of 2 paths. It either enters a breeding auction for genetic selection or is sent to the on-site slaughter facility to meet the demand for premium meat. Each year, the US and Canada hold auctions for 8,000 to 10,000 bison, with prices ranging from $3,000 to over $20,000 depending on quality. At the same time, around 500 bison are slaughtered daily, forming the primary supply of this rare and premium meat. At the processing plant, slaughtering takes place under strictly controlled conditions regarding hygiene and temperature. After being stunned, the bison is bled and skinned using specialized knives, starting from the belly up to the chest, then along the limbs. Unlike the beef industry, which relies heavily on machinery due to its massive scale, bison is processed mostly by hand, reflecting both the smaller volume and the strict standards for quality. The meat is carefully divided into distinct cuts, each offering a unique culinary experience. Popular cuts like chuck, short ribs, and top round are prized for their firmness and distinctive flavor, perfect for grilled steaks or simple pan-seared dishes that highlight the natural richness of the meat. Each cut of bison meat carries a fragment of the prairie's soul. Infused with the essence of dry winds, morning dew, and the resilience of a species that endured the brink of extinction, it is a wild gift from nature offered to the world of modern cuisine. Have you ever wondered how American farmers manage to raise nearly 73 million pigs every year? From modern farming facilities and automated feeding systems to eco-friendly waste management technologies, the U.S. pig farming industry is undergoing a powerful technological revolution. Join us as we explore how one of the world's most advanced and efficient agricultural systems truly operates. Over the past decade, the U.S. pork farming and processing industry has emerged as a global powerhouse, supplying nearly 1/5 of the world's pork consumption. The United States is home to more than 63,000 pig farms, primarily concentrated in states like Iowa, Minnesota, and North Carolina. These farms vary widely in size, from small family operations to large-scale commercial facilities, but all play a vital role in meeting both domestic demand and international exports. Nearly 76% of pork produced is consumed within the country, while the remaining 24% is exported to major markets such as Japan, China, and Mexico. Modern pig farming systems in the U.S. incorporate numerous technological advancements to boost productivity and sustainability. The types of farms are highly diverse, ranging from small family-run operations in rural areas to large commercial complexes housing tens of thousands of pigs. Small-scale farms still exist, especially in southern states like Texas, where free-range farming practices remain common. However, the majority of pork production comes from large commercial farms, especially in states like Iowa, which is home to around 5,400 pig farms with a total herd exceeding 23 million pigs. These farms utilize automated systems for feeding, health monitoring, and waste management, helping the industry maintain its position as one of the most advanced agricultural sectors in the United States. The journey of pork production begins with selecting the right breed. The most common breed in the U.S. is the Yorkshire, also known as Brookshire, which accounts for about 70% of the breeding stock due to its high lean meat percentage and low back fat, making it ideal for large-scale industrial production. Additionally, the Berkshire breed, although priced 20 to 30% higher, is favored in premium markets for its tender meat, rich marbling, and robust flavor. According to Dr. Gan Gorley, a pig nutrition expert, Yorkshire pigs are well suited for industrial farming systems, while Berkshire pigs are better suited for smaller farms, catering to upscale restaurants and discerning consumers. Genetic technology and artificial insemination have completely transformed pig farming. Artificial insemination allows for precise selection of desirable genetic traits such as faster growth rates, disease resistance, and higher lean meat content. As a result, the pork industry has become more cost-efficient and environmentally friendly, since healthier pigs require fewer resources to grow. The reproduction and care process for piglets is carefully designed to maximize efficiency and ensure animal welfare. A sow's gestation period typically lasts around 114 days. During farrowing, piglets are usually born about 15 minutes apart. The temperature in the farrowing area is consistently maintained between 24-25 degrees, using heating systems and warming pads, as cold stress is a leading cause of early piglet mortality. Right after birth, piglets are allowed to nurse from their mother to boost their immunity, while the sows are given high-energy feed to support milk production. In large-scale farms, piglets are typically weaned after about 3 weeks, whereas in smaller farms, this period can extend up to 6 weeks to ensure steady growth and development. Feed is the most expensive component in pig farming, accounting for up to 75% of total production costs. Therefore, many farms invest in large silos or storage tanks to stock processed ingredients like corn and soybeans. Some farms even grow and grind their own feed to cut costs and hedge against fluctuations in commodity prices. Additionally, the sanitation systems in pig farms have been highly automated. From high-pressure washers and automatic spray nozzles to integrated disinfection equipment, all are designed to save labor and maintain a clean environment. The investment cost for such a system can range from $20,000 to $50,000, but it can reduce manual labor by up to 40% and significantly improve the health of the pig herd. In modern farming models, waste management is one of the most critical factors for achieving sustainability. Many farms use solid liquid separation systems where wastewater is used for irrigation and solid manure can be composted or fed into biogas systems to generate renewable energy. Transporting pigs to processing plants is a crucial step to ensure meat quality. Pigs are transported in trucks equipped with cooling systems, ventilation openings, and enough space to prevent overcrowding, protecting their health during transit. Strict regulations are enforced to control transport duration, temperature conditions, and animal welfare. Transport trips can last up to 24 hours, but there are designated rest stops where the pigs can rest. Upon arrival at the processing plant, the pigs are moved into a holding area before slaughter. The slaughtering process begins with stunning to ensure it is carried out humanely. Afterwards, the pigs undergo thorough health inspections to guarantee meat quality and food safety standards. The pig carcasses are precisely divided using advanced machinery assisted by skilled workers. This process is automated to enhance accuracy and efficiency. After sorting, the meat is packaged and stored in a cold environment, ready for distribution to both domestic and international markets. With a closed-loop process, strict hygiene standards, and modern technology, the pork production industry in the United States not only ensures high-quality products, but also leads the global trend in sustainable agriculture. In the vast state of Texas, a silent battle unfolds every day between hardworking farmers striving to protect their crops and millions of wild boars multiplying out of control. These animals don't just tear up farmland, they also threaten native wildlife, spread diseases, and cause billions of dollars in damage to American agriculture. But instead of giving in, Texas farmers have taken a different approach, turning the threat into an opportunity. They're taming, trapping, and processing wild boars into food, protecting their land while providing clean, sustainable protein for their communities. It's no coincidence that wild boars have become a nightmare for farmers. These animals aren't native to the Americas. The first boars were brought to the continent in the 16th century by European explorers like Christopher Columbus. Then, in the 19th century, another wave was imported from Europe for sport hunting. But many escaped into the wild, reproduced rapidly, and became an ecological threat. Wild boars grow fast and move with ease through forests, rivers, and vast fields. A single herd can destroy an entire cornfield overnight. They compete for food with native species like deer and turkeys, and even raid the nests of endangered animals like the gopher tortoise. But the threat doesn't stop there. Wild boars are also carriers of dangerous diseases that can spread to livestock, including foot and mouth disease and African swine fever. In some cases, they can even attack pets or humans when provoked. It's no surprise that these animals cause over $2.5 billion in damages each year, with Texas alone losing more than $50 million annually in agricultural losses. One of the pioneers in fighting back against this wave of destruction is Mary Thompson, a 70-year-old farmer living in East Texas. After losing nearly a fifth of her corn crop to wild boars, she decided enough was enough. Mary began learning how to track them, looking for footprints, torn up soil, and signs near rivers or wooded areas where boars usually roam. She scattered bait like corn and vegetable scraps, then patiently monitored the site. Even checking the traps had to be done carefully, making sure not to leave human scent that might scare the boars off. Once the animals became comfortable returning, she set up a metal trap, large enough to hold several boars, yet compact enough to move with her truck. In a time when fertilizer and fuel prices keep rising, this hands-on approach became the most practical solution for her farm. Texas law allows wild boar hunting year-round, and the U.S. government spends tens of millions of dollars each year to help farmers manage the growing population. But not everyone has access to these support programs. For Mary, trapping and processing the boars herself remains the most effective and hands-on way to protect her land. Once trapped, the boars are processed on-site to ensure both humane treatment and biosecurity. Farmers typically aim for the head to ensure a quick and ethical kill. Gloves are always worn to reduce the risk of disease transmission. While some farmers prepare the meat for their own families, most send the animals to professional processing facilities. One such facility is Broken Arrow Ranch, which handles between 1,500 and 1,700 wild boars annually. They select only animals weighing between 80 and 180 pounds, the ideal range for tender, flavorful meat with lower risk of disease. The wild boar meat is then sent to USDA-approved processing facilities, where it undergoes strict food safety inspections and packaging. Across the entire U.S., only 15 facilities are certified to handle wild boar meat due to the high risk of disease if not processed properly. Beyond commercial processors, the meat is also sold at farmers markets, served at local restaurants, or donated to food banks. From sausages to hearty stews, wild boar meat is growing in popularity thanks to its bold flavor, firm texture, and more affordable price compared to other organic meats. In 2025, rising farming costs continue to put pressure on small producers. But for some, wild boar meat has become an unexpected source of income. Mary says selling boar meat at her local market each week brings in enough money to keep her farm running without needing to take out loans. Mary's story is far from unique. Across Texas, more and more farmers are turning a destructive pest into a valuable resource. It's a practical solution that not only helps control an invasive species, but also feeds local communities, a model worth learning from in this era of sustainable food systems. Unlike industrial meat, wild boar is typically processed by hand, one animal at a time. To ensure safety, every step, from cleaning and skinning to butchering, must be done quickly and precisely. Once the meat is separated, it's immediately chilled on ice to preserve freshness and prevent spoilage. Larger wild boars tend to carry more pathogens. That's why processors often prefer animals under 70 pounds. They're easier to handle and offer better meat quality. Cuts like the shoulder, belly, ribs, and loin are carefully sorted. Throughout the process, workers wear gloves, sanitize knives, and disinfect surfaces regularly to meet strict food safety standards. Although most wild boars live freely in the wild, a small number are now being raised by farmers in controlled environments. These pigs are fed a balanced diet of corn, soybeans, and barley, combined with alfalfa hay and leafy greens to mimic their natural foraging habits. Some farmers even add fruits, vegetables, and root crops to diversify their nutrition. Scheduled feeding times help manage weight gain and reduce aggressive behavior. The herds are closely monitored for health, with constant access to clean water. This style of farming is emerging as a sustainable solution, offering clean, high-quality meat while easing the ecological pressure caused by wild populations. Trapping remains one of the most common and effective methods for managing wild boar populations. Farmers often use cage traps, box traps, and drop nets near feeding areas. These sites are baited with high-fiber foods to attract healthy, well-nourished boars, ideal for both processing and meat quality. Participating in the trapping process is also a way for local communities to contribute to ecosystem protection. When wild boars are brought under control, farmland, native plants, and wildlife all benefit. Plus, the harvested meat can be used for personal consumption or sold, providing an added source of income. Compared to conventionally farmed pork, wild boar meat contains 20% less fat and is richer in protein, iron, zinc, and B vitamins. On average, a 3-ounce 85G serving of wild boar has about 143 calories and just 4.5 grams of fat, significantly leaner than standard pork. Prices typically range from $15 to $25 per pound, depending on the cut and market demand. Products like wild boar sausage, cured meats, and bacon are especially popular for their bold flavor and high nutritional value. These benefits are helping wild boar meat gain traction in upscale restaurants, organic grocery stores, and local farmers markets across the country. The story of wild boars is a powerful example of American farmers' creativity and resilience. Once seen as an ecological disaster, these animals have been transformed into a source of clean, sustainable, and economically valuable meat. You can be part of the solution too by buying wild boar meat at your local market, supporting farmers, and enjoying unique, flavorful meals. If you spot wild boars near your area, report them to the USDA's Squeal on Pigs program to help protect the environment. And don't forget to follow Farm to Factory to explore more fascinating journeys, from wild creatures to the food on your plate.